I'm Steve Banwart. I'm a professor at the University of Leeds. We're here at the University of Leeds Research Farm. I'm also director of the Global Food and Environment Institute. We recently completed some research based on some of the ideas that we study here on the farm about how to recover nitrogen and phosphorus and carbon from cities, from urban sanitation waste streams, turn that into organic fertilizer and bring that back into agriculture, a so-called circular economy. And the purpose of thinking about doing this and trying to do it well is to reduce greenhouse gas emissions from agriculture. Nitrogen fertilizer produces about 4 to 5% of the total greenhouse gas emissions that humans put into the atmosphere. So if we can recover nitrogen from waste streams instead of manufacturing mineral fertilizer, that would help reduce the carbon footprint. It turns out that globally we could recover up to or reduce up to 1% of the carbon emissions from fertilizer production if we could recover nitrogen from sanitation systems. But also the organic matter in soil, if we can take organic carbon that comes from sanitation waste streams and bring that safely back into soil and keep it there, that would reduce our greenhouse gas emissions again by about 1%. So in total, maybe up to 2, a bit more, percent of human greenhouse gas emissions could be avoided by doing this. But that's about 10% of what agriculture releases to the atmosphere, so it's a significant step forward if it can be done safely. I want to give a shout out to a couple of young researchers who led this work. One is Patrick McKenna, who was the first author on the paper that published these results. But I also want to acknowledge a good friend and colleague, Fiona Zachariah. Fiona sadly died during the project, and she suddenly took ill and didn't make it. And she's an example of somebody who does fantastic work. She's been doing research that was important all over the world. So I want to make a tribute and acknowledge Fiona and the work that she did in this work.